I hate to do this again, but ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Lakers have been eliminated. 4-1 in Denver in dramatic fashion. Again! So many things to talk about today. The Lakers season is over. The Denver Nuggets move on. Let me go ahead and recap the game for y'all real quick. The final score was 108-106. Watched the whole game on Twitch/playback last night. And shout out to everyone that's on Twitch. Go ahead, follow that. Link in the description. D'Angelo Russell, not his worst game of the series because there was a game in the series where he had 0 points. But going 2 of 10 from 3, God, the bar is really low for this to be considered not one of your worst games of the series. Like, geez. Taurean Prince was 0 of 5 from the field. Gabe Vincent played 9 minutes and was 0 of 2. Spencer Dinwiddie, he gave you a calm 13 minutes, 6 points, 3 assists. Jackson Hayes was doing cardio out there. He got boards. But 2 turnovers and 2 fouls and 1 point. I'm going to say you did cardio work. I ain't going to lie. And everyone else did not play. Going over to Denver, Michael Porter Jr., 26 points on 8 of 12 shooting, 5 threes. Mike, listen, I'm going to have another segment about Michael Porter Jr. here in a quick second. Michael Porter Jr. went crazy. Aaron Gordon, honestly, not his best scoring performance. I know he had that one game in the series where he had like 25 points, but he was a monster on the glass. 13 rebounds, 5 offensive. Honestly, I've been very impressed with Aaron Gordon's passing ability in this series. In this series, he averaged 5 assists. And in this game, he had 6 assists right here. 3 turnovers, it is what it is. But now I've been very impressed with Aaron Gordon's passing in the series. Nikola Jokic, is this his best game? No, he had 7 turnovers. Yeah, a mid-game for Nikola Jokic is 25, 20, and 9 on 57% from the field. He shot 1 of 5 from 3 and didn't get to the line, but Nikola Jokic still had a good game. Push comes to shove. KCP wasn't even playing good. KCP was 2 of 10 from the field. Jamal Murray. 2 game winners in the same series. That boy's a bad man. Jamal Murray is a bad man. He's a certified bucket. He is a certified playoff riser. And I think we have seen the sample size be too big enough. I think Jamal Murray is climbing to that Jimmy Butler level where, and it already has been, to be honest with you, where it does not matter what they do in the regular season. Because this is a guy made for the playoffs. This is a guy made for winning time. And that is how we should evaluate Jamal Murray instead of the 22 points on 46, 39, 80, 85 he shoots in the regular season. Because in the playoffs, he just turns into a different animal. Just look at this, y'all. Just look at this. It started with Bubba Murray, 27 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds on 50, 45, 90. I'm rounding this up. Last season in the championship run, 26 and 7 with 6 boards, 47, 40, 93. This series, Jamal Murray hasn't even played better. Or yeah, he hasn't played at his best. But the moments, y'all, the moments are there. You know, I think game 2, Jamal Murray was not playing well, but there was that stretch. There was that stretch in the fourth quarter where he just went off and hit the game winner. Same thing in this game. Is 13 of 28 the best shooting performance from Jamal? Absolutely not. But the moments, the timely shots, that's what I care about with Jamal Murray because he keeps on showing it time in and time out. Now it's time to smoke some packs. I don't know. Where do we start? D-Lo, you're a joke, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Going into the season, wanting to be the Derek White of your team and performing the way that you did, not playing defense, not being a team player, having all these rants. 2 of 10. Let me look at your whole playoff series numbers just to give context on how D'Lo has been playing. In the series as a whole, D'Angelo Russell, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. The volume was kind of there. Shot 38% from the field, 32% from 3, and 50% from the line. Only got to the line once. D'Angelo Russell, you were brought here to be a championship point guard. And while you were solid throughout the season, like I said in the previous video, I was throwing you a lot of bail. I think you were getting overhated. This team's aspirations, the marker of their success or failure to the season is in the playoffs. And for you in back-to-back seasons to just choke it up in the playoffs, it is unacceptable. Taurean Prince, 0-5 from the field. Jeez. Jeez Louise. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of on the Suns type of timing here, where I do feel like you can hold certain star players accountable. I think LeBron could have played better in terms of, first of all, his defense. I understand he's 39. He's 40 years old. But still, I ain't going to lie. When we're out there in a playoff setting, we're trying to win games, I'm going to hold you accountable to the top 10 player that you are, regardless of your age. And complaining about calls, not getting back on defense, that's bad basketball. You don't need to be a basketball savant. You don't need to be LeBron James to figure out that's objectively bad basketball. And listen, I am a big advocate for not scapegoating coaches, especially nowadays. And I've said that on this platform. I've said that on Let's Keep It a Buck. But I'm going to keep it a buck as well. If there is one coach in the league that, in my opinion, just deserves the smoke, in my opinion, just needs to go because anyone else in that front helm is better, it is Darvin Ham. I'm sorry. I think this game was decided. Not decided, but this game really got loose. And I forgot what stretch it was. I think it was in the third quarter again. The Denver Nuggets were starting to get some momentum. They were trying to go on a run. And Darvin Ham refused to call a timeout. He called the timeout at the apex of their run when they went, 14-2, however many it was. And the game was already starting to slip away. You call that timeout earlier than you do. There's been stretches in this series where the Lakers have gone unnecessarily small. Now you got Rui Hachimura guarding Nikola Jokic. It just looked ugly out there, y'all. It just absolutely looked ugly out there. Hell, with the series that D'Lo was having, I would say even giving D'Lo 37 minutes a game is bro, you got to take back some of those minutes. You got 2 other point guards on the team in Gabe Vincent and Spencer Dinwiddie. With the way D'Lo was playing, take it a step back, bro. Give him 28 minutes. Give some, make some sort of adjustment. Because, again, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting the same results. And the results he was getting with D'Lo just was not it. Running away from AD at certain stretches of this series when he was going hot just to switch it up in the second half. I don't know, dude. It's just, if there is one coach that, in my opinion, truly does deserve to get fired, because anyone else that goes into that head coaching job, reasonably speaking, is probably going to do a better job, it is Darvin Ham, dog. I'm sorry. I tried to give you as much grace as possible. I think Lakers fans gave you as much grace as possible after making it to the Western Conference Finals last season. And this may be a common theme for me moving forward when I talk about basketball, and not just about these playoffs. We need more smoke for front offices. Star players can only do so much if they don't have the right personnel on the team. Coaches can only do so much if they don't got the right personnel on the team. Hell, even if the coach is the problem, who hires the coach? And when I'm looking at this team, not to say that they're a bad team. I'm not going to say that. I do think, to give them credit, the Los Angeles Lakers did a great job of salvaging last season and overachieving last season at the trade deadline to form the team that they got right now. When you really look at it, dog, this is a poorly constructed team. I'm sorry, this is a poorly constructed team. Who are the POA defenders on this team? Who, when you go up against Jamal fucking Murray, playoff Jamal Murray, and how many times he's cooked the Los Angeles Lakers, who is his primary defender? And if you're about to tell me that's supposed to be Taurean Prince, if you're supposed to tell me that's 39-year-old LeBron James, that's a bad plan. That's a bad plan. When we look at the backside defense on this team, shout out AD. AD held it down. AD is one of the best defensive players in the league. But we also know that he keeps on getting cooked by Nikola Jokic time in and time out. We also know that stopping Nikola Jokic is not just a one-on-one game because of his passing ability, and his playmaking ability, his decision-making ability. So I'm looking at this rotation, and with 2 guards already in your starting lineup, your 8-man rotation consists of Gabe Vincent and Spencer Dinwiddie, and the only big you got coming off the bench is Jackson Hayes, and you only played him 6 minutes and 47, so your plan against Denver was to go small when their small ball 4 is a guy who can average and give you 13 boards a game and is one of the best athletes in the league. I don't know what this was. Like I've been saying, dog, and LeBron knows this. LeBron knows this because he said this on his own podcast. The era of just 2-3 stars and making it work with a bunch of scrappy role players, that's not it anymore, dog. The league is too talented. This is the smartest era in NBA history. This is the most talented era in NBA history. The standards are high. That 7/8 man matters. These 19 minutes that you're giving a Taurean Prince matters. These 13 minutes you're giving a Spencer Dinwiddie matters. On the flip side, the 18 minutes that Reggie Jackson's getting off the bench matters. The production that Reggie Jackson is giving you matters. And on the flip side, when you give those minutes, those same exact minutes to someone, and they're going 0 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3, that shit matters. I think we're in an era of NBA basketball where teams are so offensively talented, it is a game of who can make the least mistakes. That's the game that we're in right now, in my opinion. It's not about playing better than the other team. It's about just not playing worse, if that makes sense. But I will say this, in terms of the accountability pie chart, I do think we need to normalize just, hey man, you lost to a better team. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely accountability and blame to be had from your own side of things, but there is also a level of, bro, you ran into a better team with better players, with a better coach, and they just outplayed you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Denver Nuggets. They are the back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, but they are the reigning champions for a reason. They won 57 games with, it felt like, ease in the regular season for a reason. And I also want to shout out specifically MPJ, because in this series, he cooked the fuck out of the Los Angeles Lakers. And I would even go as far as to say he's the biggest reason as to why, you know, this series ended as fast as it did. Because Jamal Murray, I think Jamal Murray's volume, relatively speaking, is always going to be there. He did have a couple stinkers in this game. He was not consistent for 4 quarters throughout this game, which is why his field goal percentage is the way that it is. His 3-point percentage is the way that it is. Again, he had his moments, he had his runs, but just for Michael Porter Jr. to say, all right, you're not hot right now, I'll take over. When you're ready, take over, and we're about to walk out of here with a dub. I think that's what Michael Porter Jr. provided when he's giving you 23 points a game on 55% shooting, 49% shooting from 3, and 77% shooting from the field. It's actually crazy. And shout out to Swiper for pointing this out, because I do think there is a developing story in Denver. Last season, I felt as if the Denver Nuggets were a duo with really good role players. I think with MPJ's production this regular season, how he's playing so far in these playoffs, I think the Denver Nuggets legitimately might have a big 3 on their hands. They legitimately might have a big 3 on their hands. A homegrown big 3, as Michael Porter Jr. is starting to enter, I guess, his prime. Jamal Murray's still only 26. Jokic is 28. This is a core that can last for the next half decade plus. So, BSOLZ, the next question is, where do the Los Angeles Lakers go from here? What should the Los Angeles Lakers do? There's always 2 answers to that question. It's what they should do and what they're gonna do. I think what they should do is really look into LeBron James and the value that LeBron James holds as he becomes 40 years old coming into this next season, and see what's out there. Your arguable best player is a guy who's been dangling that retirement button for 2 years in a row. And it's gonna be the same next season. Like, as a player playing for that team, Where is the stability in that? I just don't see it. What you're seeing with the best teams in the league right now is a level of stability, is a level of continuity, is a level of progression and consistency that's just not there when, again, your top two players are LeBron and AD. Specifically, I'm looking at LeBron. That's just not a healthy environment to be in my opinion. And maybe this is just for selfish reasons. I would just like to see a Los Angeles Lakers team truly built around Anthony Davis. And if you can get back for LeBron James, because LeBron James is still a valuable piece in the league, a lot of really, really good players to fully flesh out a 8-man rotation properly, get you a better point guard than D'Lo. Hell, even I wouldn't be mad if D'Lo was a 6-man coming off the bench. It's just him being the starting point guard of a championship caliber, championship expectations team. That's just not it. You know what I'm saying? If you can get a legitimately quality big, like a Daniel Gafford-ass player for LeBron and a couple picks, the return isn't going to be flashy because you're trading away LeBron James, but I would like to see how that looks. I don't know. Also, again, Darvin Ham does need to go. Maybe Frank Vogel's out there in the market. Maybe he comes back. I don't know. Maybe the relationship is too sour there. And if they don't want to trade LeBron, because I know that's a heavy task, this is still LA and LeBron still at the end of the day sells tickets. Sells a lot of tickets. I do think, one, they need to get better POA defenders, but like this D'Lo and Austin Reeves being your backcourt, that's barbecue chicken. They need to get better big men. Jackson Hayes was not good enough. Christian Wood, I believe, was injured, so maybe he was actually good enough. But y'all need to get better bigs. I am honestly, if y'all are again about to run it back, still a proponent of LeBron James running the point. Stop playing him as a power forward. I truly feel as if his natural position is point guard. That is how y'all won in 2020. I don't know why y'all moved away from that. If y'all want to say moving away from Anthony Davis being a 4 to a 5 is a mistake, I'll concede there. But LeBron going from a point guard to a forward with the skill set that LeBron got at this stage in his career, that just does not make sense to me. So if y'all gotta trade D'Lo, if y'all even have to trade Austin Reeves to get better defenders in the wing position, better POA defenders, better bigs, just run LeBron at point. He may not give you 30 a game. He may give you 23, but he's gonna give you 10 to 12 assists a game. I ain't gonna lie. I trust LeBron James at 40 years old to do that. Run LeBron at point. I am back on that bullshit. So that's what I think should happen. What I think will happen is, one, they are going to try to run it back. I've already heard reports of them trying to give LeBron a 3-year contract, 3-year extension. I've already even heard reports of them trying to draft Bronny so that they can fulfill LeBron's wishes. I don't think they're going to run LeBron at point. They're going to keep him at the 3, maybe even 4. They're going to try to get a Trae Young or DeJounte Murray on this team. They're going to fire Darvin Ham and bring in a new coach. We're going to go into next season with, once again, championship expectations for a team that hasn't had the proper amount of time to actually develop championship level experience and continuity and chemistry. They're not going to flesh out that 8-man rotation. They are going to try to be star driven once again. They're probably going to pull a Phoenix Suns this year, next season. And by the end of next season, when they didn't do anything to address how to stop an SGA, how to stop an Anthony Edwards, how to stop a Jamal Murray, a Nikola Jokic in the paint. Hell, maybe Chet Holmgren takes a leap next season. Karl Anthony Towns might cook y'all. When that time comes, we're going to sit here again and have the exact same conversations we just had in this exact video, and I will be sitting right here to make this exact same video. And y'all will probably, hopefully, there's going to be more of y'all in here to watch me make that video. That is what's going to happen with the Los Angeles Lakers. Fortunate or unfortunate. But with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.